When we were kids, making friends was easy. A piece of candy, a shared toy, or even just sitting next to each other was enough to build a bond. We didn't care about backgrounds, wealth, or intentions. Childhood friendships were innocent, simple, and pure. But then, we grew up. And the painful truth is, the older we get, the harder it becomes to make real friends. Not because we don't need friends anymore, but because we've lost the carefree openness we once had. The adult world is complicated, layered with expectations, cluttered with boundaries and fears. Every relationship now seems to come with conditions, calculations, masks, and caution. We're afraid of being used, of being betrayed, of giving too much and receiving nothing. So we learn to pull back. We learn to smile more but share less. We show up in social gatherings but feel empty inside. Have you ever felt completely out of place among familiar faces? At a party filled with laughter, music, and cheer, you suddenly feel as if you're in the wrong room. You still talk, still smile, still raise your glass, but deep down, you just want to leave. Not because you're antisocial, but because you realize you don't truly belong there. As we grow older, we get busier, and that busyness becomes the perfect excuse for drifting apart. I've been swamped. Let's catch up soon. Too tired tonight. Maybe next time. These postponed plans eventually fade into silence. No one leaves intentionally, but no one tries hard enough to stay either. Adult friendships don't break loudly, they just quietly disappear. One day, you scroll through your phone, searching for someone to talk to, and you pause. So many names, yet no one feels right. Not because you don't have friends, but because you don't feel safe enough to be vulnerable with them. You fear judgment. You fear misunderstanding. You fear that people will only listen out of politeness, not because they truly care. One of the greatest lonelinesses of adulthood is not having anyone you can be completely yourself with. We live among people, but always wear a mask. We're good at conversations, but terrible at connection. We can talk for hours about work, money, movies, celebrities, but we hesitate when it comes to saying, "I'm exhausted." We reply to texts all night long yet have no one to lean on when our soul is tired. Adults often tell themselves, "I'm fine. I'm used to it." But the truth is, no one gets used to loneliness. We just get better at hiding it, better at pretending we're okay, better at burying the emptiness beneath our schedules. But when the night falls, the phone is silent, and the bedroom light is the only thing left. The loneliness returns like a quiet wave, persistent and cold. And in that silence, what hurts the most is realizing you don't have anyone you can truly call a friend. Adult friendships are fragile. They're not built from sharing lunchboxes at school anymore, but from fleeting messages between meetings, hurried phone calls, or last-minute coffee plans. All of them are precious, but without depth, honesty, or patience, they fade just as quickly. Some people, tired of being hurt, decide to stop making friends altogether. They build their own safe space where no one can disappoint them. But in return, they have no one to share life with. They do everything alone. They grow strong, so strong they forget what gentleness feels like. One day, they can't even remember what genuine friendship felt like anymore. We think adults don't need friends. But that's not true. We still need someone to call at 1 a.m. when we can't sleep. Someone to sit beside us, saying nothing at all. Someone who doesn't ask, "How are you?" out of politeness, but instead asks, "Do you want me to just be here with you?" From the heart. Maybe we don't need many friends. We just need one real person. Someone we don't have to try to impress. Someone who understands us without explanations. Someone we can fall apart in front of without feeling ashamed. So why is it so hard to find someone like that as we grow up? Because real friendships require time. They require patience. They require honesty. And adulthood lacks all of those. We live fast, love fast, make friends fast, and let go even faster. We're afraid to invest emotionally for fear of loss. Afraid to trust again because we've been betrayed. And worst of all, once we get used to being alone, we forget how to open our hearts again. But if you're reading this today, please know, you are not the only one feeling this way. Many people are carrying silent loneliness behind bright smiles. Many are longing for someone to simply say, "I hear you." Many crave a hug, a check-in message, someone who understands their silence. So if you still have even one real friend, treasure them. Call them, message them, Plan a coffee date for no reason. Because like everything else, friendships fade too if they're not nurtured. And if you don't have someone like that yet, it's okay. You still deserve to be understood. Don't be afraid to open up. Don't let past hurt close every door. Maybe someone out there is still waiting to walk into your life, but they can only find you if you give them the chance. We all need one real friend. Someone who makes us feel like we don't need to be strong all the time. Someone who reminds us we're not alone in this crowded world. And if you don't have that person yet, please don't think there's something wrong with you. You're not alone in your loneliness. You're just being honest in a world too used to pretending.